Hi, this is Maggie, and today we're working part 3 of this intro with the snowflake. We're using the updated Creativate tablet app that has all the fancy new features. This app works on both Android and iPad devices, and the app looks the same on both, so you can watch the videos regardless of which device you own. I want to mention that I do try to keep these videos to just 10 to 15 minutes for the app because you can't break the app. It's one of those things that I'm just putting up some helpful tips to get you started, and you should just log in and play around and let us know what you think. If you enjoy the videos, please like, comment, or subscribe. It's free to do, so why not? Also, remember, we do have a Facebook group where we share our work, we answer questions, and we delve deeper into the software. Okay, all that said, let's continue where we left off from part 2. Okay, this is where we left off after part 2, that we have the name, and we have 2 M pieces to make the leg of our snowflake a little bit longer. And now we're going to go up to here and duplicate, and I can use this to rotate, but I'm going to do edit and rotate 90 down here and rotate 90 again, because that will give me a snap to grid that I don't get when I'm using the rotate symbol. Then I bring it down, and I'm going to overlap those 2 M pieces a little bit, but have a space on the name. There we go. Now I'm going to hit select all. Whoop, whoop. And you'll see down here I tapped on the other piece in the film strip so that they're both selected. Then I'm going to go to group and group those. Now that they're grouped, I can go to frames because I want something that's going to be over the combined frame. I like this one. And it shows me that. Now what I've learned from playing with this a bunch of times is if you want to change the color, do it before you encore. You do color sort when you export, but as long as it's on the tablet, you would, if I did not change this color before I made 6 legs, I would have to change 6 of these because it would put them all individually. So I'm showing you this bit that I love using this little thing here. And let's see, it got me close, but maybe we want to go to tropic. So I tap another and I hit OK. There we go. I did want to show you, so maybe I should change the color again. I'm going over here. There was one. Let's say I wanted ultra instead and I knew the number. Or maybe we should go with a light one. How about ice blue is 2300. Now if I knew that number and I put my finger in search, it will bring up my keyboard. I hit numbers. And again, pretend you're not seeing it down here. I know I want 2300 on that. Now what happens is if you don't hit return, you can't click OK here. So if you ever feel like your keyboard's stuck, hit return because that lets the program know you're done typing. And the other thing is, it doesn't matter how many times you click OK, if you haven't selected this, it won't take. You can keep tapping away. You have to select. See, now it's selected. Then I can click OK, and it changes to the ice blue. So that's some of the color changing tips. And now we're going to get out of edit. You have to tap it. And actually, I'm going to go back to edit. Whoop, whoop. And back to transform. And I like You don't have to do that in this program, but because you do in the desktop software, I like to make it vertical before I encore or multiply. So I've hit the multiply, enable multiply. I want 6. I want mirror off. And you'll see it looks kind of a mess. They're all on top of each other here because they're all in the middle of the hoop. So I just put my finger on the original one and I can move it. And it is going to go out of the hoop. I know this is too big, but I want to show you what happens when you've got something that's too big for your hoop. So there you go. And you'll notice that the hoop changed to have a red grid, and your design also has a red box around it. Now I can click apply, and I can get out of multiply. And now you'll see the box isn't around just your original piece, it's around all of them. So I'm going to put my fingers on the screen and push them together a little to make the view smaller so I can see the whole thing. And I want to show you in Edit when you go to Group Properties, you'll see that this has 21,000 stitches. Remember that, 21, okay? And I'm going to get that out of there so I can see. And I'm just dragging to be inside the hoop. Dragging to be, whoop, up. Sometimes you grab the whole hoop thing. And put it in the center. Now remember it was at 21,000. It's selected. And now you can see the stitch number has gone down to 18. It does automatically resize the design if you have a paid subscription level of the program. If you're playing in the free one, it will not resize the design for you. It will keep the number of stitches the same. But you do have resize if you have a subscription. And you can also see all of these. If you try to change the colors, you'd have to do each and every leg. And there they are. But if you come up here, if you go to the sewing machine, which would be what's it going to look like when I send it, then it will show you that you've only got 4 colors, see? And it will tell you it's going to, unless you turn it off, it's going to remove overlap and color sort. I want the color sort on. Back. And you could flip it if you're doing, sometimes when I do towels with vendors programs, I do 2 towels in the kitchen and I always flip one so that they're kind of, I don't like 2 looking in the same direction. You know, I like them to be more proportional is not the right word, but I like one flipped and one the right way if I have 2 of something. So we can go back here to edit. And this is what the snowflake that I was going to walk you through looks like. Now there's another little design I did. And you see right now while you're looking at it, the design's not selected. And if I tap on it, it is selected and it highlights in your film strip at the bottom here. And you can see around it here. Now if I untap from it, because I want to add something on here, go back to frame or flourish. And this time I'm going to use the flourishes. And you can play with all different ones, but I like this guy, light wide one. And it is, because nothing is selected, it comes in just at whatever size it was set at. Most of them will come in, some of them will come in, I shouldn't say most, because some of them, as you saw, some of them have a few sizes. You can see here, you know, that they end up with a few sizes. So if you were to pick that big one or this big one, it would fill up the hoop. It would go to the horizontal length of the hoop. But we're okay, because this is what we want. And we want this guy selected. And we want to change the color because we know if we don't change the color first, we have to change it 6 times. And I like a darker blue for that. And it gives me the dark blue colors. Let's change to Empire. Got that. Get out of Edit. And I know I need to open up the screen because sometimes if something's small and you go to use it, you end up sort of either clicking what shows my 1 through 42 down here, or the hoop ends up moving instead of your piece. So when you're working size, I want this just to be a small thing that's going to be in there. That's not small enough. And I want it to be right between these guys. And that's pretty close. Maybe just a little more that way. Whoa, 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 whoa. And you see, suddenly I've got everything because what happened there was my heel of my hand landed on the screen and it ended up selecting everything. I only want this piece. I have to tap outside the screen to get it off. Come on. Bing, bing, bing. Ba, ba, bum. There we go. Select just that piece. Okay. That's pretty good. See, again, it wants to select everything, so you have to. I've got this guy. I'm going back to enable multiply. It's already set to 6. And I can hit apply. And if I didn't like where it was, I can move this. Can get rid of that. And I can move this around wherever I want it. I think that's pretty good. So now I can click the whole thing. And there you go. You have a name snowflake. And you can print this for mats in your house, maybe with your last name, or a gift for somebody who enjoys their last name. You can do words. It could just say joy, hope, peace, love. You could go around and have all different kinds of setups for you. So let us know if you have any questions. Come on over to the Facebook group and say hello. And that's it for this intro. I hope you enjoyed it.